NBA Straya, how are you going? Hey, going. You're right. You should be. Why's that, Jim? Well, the draft was today, and that was fun as hell. Doing a 3.5-hour live stream. Nothing better. Jesus. Anyway, it is Thursday, June 26th, all day. I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios, recapping the 2025 first round of the NBA draft. Winners and losers, each draft pick graded, all the good stuff. There's some trades in there as well. So we'll talk about that today. Do a couple of quick yeah-nahs, an unpopular opinion of the day, and Outback Takehouse, and the second round preview. Basically, where will the Aussies land, Jim? Well, we'll try to answer that because that seems like a fun thing to try and do. So that sounds good, doesn't it? And that's it for today because I've already been talking for 3.5 hours. And I'm going to do it again tomorrow morning because we're going to do another live stream tomorrow morning for the second round until all the Aussies are drafted, which could be till the very end. Oh, geez. Either way, that'll be fun. So tune in again tomorrow morning for that. Otherwise, let's do it. Episode 1295 of NBA Straya. Oh, let's go!
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Dellavedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Australia.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the Shaq attack.
Wow, you better watch out for the, I don't know, Galaxy Brain attack if you're a Nets fan. Better watch out for the attack of dudes wearing shorts as part of a suit. Sure. Anyway, better watch out for the smokescreen attack if you're Philly, who got faked out of taking Ace Bailey. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's start with the daily. Is it some sort of, should we try that? Is it a whip around? Let's try. Yeah, there you go. Not a giant amount of news outside of all the draft stuff, right? Like, as part of the draft things, we had, there were no other sort of trades in the top 10, which was a bit of a surprise in the lead up this morning where you're like, I expected an avalanche of Shams bullshittery. Instead, it was kind of tame and kind of chill, and they just sort of rolled into the draft, and you're like, oh, so is this just going to be straightforward then? Sure. And kind of it was. So I guess with that in mind, look, we could probably just get right into the draft recap. I think there was like a little bit, the only other little bits and bobs that we talked about in the live stream were the fact that Fred VanVleet of the Fight and Van Vliets, Rockets had a decision to make on his team option, right, which is $44.5 million or something like that, 44.7 for next year. They've obviously traded for Kevin Durant. They want to keep a point guard on this team. And they brought him back on a 2-year, $50 million contract instead, which makes sense if you're Fred VanVleet because you're kind of like, geez, am I going to get more than $25 million a year on the open market? I don't know. Houston seems like a good bet. I'm already here. Screw it. That seems fair. And the other one was the James Borrego has been added to the known list of interviewees for the Knickerbockers head coaching job. So, sure. But otherwise, there just wasn't a giant amount of news. Like we had the trade that sort of happened towards the start of the draft, which was the Mark Williams trade. So Mark Williams has finally been traded by Charlotte, who just clearly hate that dude. Just fucking hate him. So he's on his bike. This time, he's off, and he's like, hang on, where am I going? They're like, Phoenix. And he's like, wait, isn't that where you sent my mate Nick Richards? And they're like, yes. So in return, they got the 29th pick in today's draft, as well as a first rounder in 2029, which apparently is the least favorable of Cleveland's, Utah's, and Minnesota's first rounder, and is also protected top 1 to 5. Sure. Anyway, so that was pretty crazy. Mark Williams is on his way to Phoenix to hang out with his old muck and Nick Richards. And then, of course, they drafted a big as well. Right, let's do it. Let's do a draft recap. Recap. The NBA draft. 2025 was pretty straightforward-ish for the first bit and then got a little bit chaotic as dumb shit just started happening. Mostly thanks to New Orleans. So we'll go through the top 30. We'll grade each pick, and then we'll do some winners and losers, a couple of quick yeah-nahs, look at the second rounder, and away we go. So, but first things first, how hard is it to fix this shit? I yelled about it almost nonstop during the live stream about if you can't answer the question, which team is drafting this player? If you can't answer that straight away, then your draft as a product has failed. Like, if I had old mate sitting there with me and I was like, all right, cool, here's pick number, let's say the 23 pick, which I think ends up being made by Atlanta as part of the Memphis jump up and swap back, right? Oh, no, that was the New Orleans, yeah. The New Orleans jump up to pick that. And it's just fucking chaos because they've still got the Atlanta Hawks thing up on the thing for pick 22, which is going to Brooklyn. And then 23, it's New Orleans, but that pick is going to the Atlanta Hawks. See, already it's a fucking mess. Just do the fucking thing where, oh, there's a projected trade. Just do it straight the fuck away. No fucking round like the NFL do. And just go, oh, that's been traded to here. He's wearing this hat. Stop fucking it up. It's a shit product. And I'll tell you what, Kendrick Perkins was a fucking horror show. How we can't just have Bob Myers and Jay Billis being smart about the draft on the same panel is fucking beyond me. That was a horror show. Perkins has literally not watched a fucking single minute of these dudes all year, and you could fucking tell. God damn, that's a horror show. What are you doing, ESPN? Anyway, so first things first, fix the fucking draft product. It was shit. I love the draft more than just about anybody, and that fucking was a schmozzle. You got Adam Silver walking up there an hour after trades have happened and then announcing them, and you're like, just fucking say it at the time. Adam, you don't need to go with the fine print. You know what happened? What's the worst thing that happens if they get it wrong and the trade gets changed? Well, you just, after the fact, go, oh, well, yeah, this has to happen for this to actually happen, but whatever, he's good. It's so fucking stupid. When you're there as well in person, it's a shit show. Watching it on TV, it's a shit show. The only way to properly fucking do it is hanging out with me on a live stream as we're also on Twitter figuring out all the trades and the permutations together. It's fucked. Anyway, still, pretty fun draft. Number 1, the Dallas Mavericks take Cooper Flagg. As I mentioned, the do-everything weapon. They get an A+ for this because he's awesome. He's really good. Defensively, he'll make a difference. Offensively, he'll make a difference. He's a matchup nightmare. You've already got Anthony Davis. You've got Klay Thompson. You'll have Kyrie Irving back at some point. Oh boy, Derek Lively, AD, Cooper Flagg. That's a hell of a front line. Kind of love it. A+ for me for Dallas. You got Nico Harrison clapping like a weirdo. Just like, hey, Nico, have you ever clapped before? Like literally once in your life? Because it fucking doesn't look like you have, mate. What are you doing, you weirdo? As I said on the live stream, he looks like one of those just like secret like just 100% you're a vampire. I'm pretty sure you're a vampire. So, yeah. Try to have like a shred of humanity about you. And he's like, can't do it. Can't even clap properly without looking like a loon. Then he does these like weird smiles and you're like, again, you look like a person who's never fucking learned how to smile ever. You've seen other people do it and you're trying to do like a reenaction. It's fucking weird. Quit it. Anyway, Cooper Flagg is good. Number 2! Should I talk more about number 1? Like, Cooper Flagg's awesome. Dallas, the fit is great. It's an A+ across the board for me. They could not be fucking luckier to have traded. Well, it's weird how lucky this all is, isn't it? Where Luka gets traded to the Lakers, then they get sold for a $10 billion evaluation, and Dallas somehow get like the number 1 pick to replace him. It's quite remarkable when you think about it. Anyway, number 2, San Antonio. The Spurs take Dylan Harper, a.k.a. Dylan Bryce Harper. I really, really like this. As I kept yelling about in the lead up to this draft, fit can get fucked a little bit, right? When you've got De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, that actually still can kind of work. And if it doesn't, just piss De'Aaron Fox off, build around Harper, Castle, and Wemby, and you're laughing, right? I think Harper's a great running mate for Wemby. It's a person who can attack the paint when you need him to. A bigger guard, can cause some havoc. Defensively, you hope he gets there too. I kind of just like it. He could be an absolute star. And keeping the pick makes sense because you got to add cheap, young, awesome talent around Wemby somehow, and you get another bite at the fucking apple at number 2 in this draft and get Dylan Harper. Love it. Love it for San Antone. So good stuff there. 3, Philly take VJ Edgecombe. Because it kind of feels like they got scared off by Ace Bailey. Which is pretty interesting. Like VJ Edgecombe, athlete, crazy fucking hops. Defensively could be a little bit of an interesting, difference maker here or there. Offensively could grow into something where we're just like, holy shit, sure. It does concern me just a tiny bit about that size of the backcourt with Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain and VJ. But at the same time, I think he's pretty fucking good. So I'm still going to give that a B+, because I think he could end up being pretty fucking special, VJ Edgecombe. And it feels again like he's got a pretty high floor as well. It feels like with his athleticism, his skill set, he should just be pretty good. And in Philly, he doesn't have to do it all straight away. So I kind of like it. B+, fine by me. But at the same time, they kind of maybe did get faked out by Ace Bailey. Number 4, Charlotte take the nipple. Con Knueppels. It's going to be another B+ for me because it's not exactly a home run swing, but he is wildly, wildly, wildly additive. And that's actually probably more of what Charlotte need than like Ace Bailey punching on with fucking Brandon Spindles Miller and LaMelo in the fucking locker room, right? So I still think Knueppels pretty good. The weirdest part was how all of his brothers, when you line them up, like there's one of the younger ones bigger than him already. That's fucking weird. And they're all named like names with K, like Chaos and Constantine and like fucking Carver and all this weird shit. I don't know what their fucking names were. It was weird. And you just go, why are white people so fucking strange sometimes? Just, what are you doing? Your name's already Knueppel. You don't have to make it weirder. They leaned into it, and it's just fucking, Basically, they're the basketball Watts as well, right? They're all from Wisconsin and shit. So they all look like TJ and JJ and fucking PJ, whatever the other fucking Watts are. Anyway, that's a football reference. So good job. Look, I don't mind it for Charlotte. From Duke, good on him. Can shoot the piss out of it. He's an additive player. He'll help. 5, Ace Bailey. Utah just go, we don't give a fuck where you want to go. We're taking you. Austin Ainge putting his old schlong on the table going, fuck off, dickheads. I'm going to take him. So, this, it's hard to judge this one. Hard to grade it. But I'm going to give it an A for ballsiness. Right? Because where the fuck are Utah going? Oh, they're adding talent. It's like, yeah, but none of it's really that good. Like Larry Markkinen had a breakout a couple of years ago. Otherwise, it's just been a bit fucking whatever. Walker Kessler, sure. Keontae George, up and down. Isaiah Collier, sure. If you go and take Trey Johnson, you got like a fun shooter or whatever. Jeremiah Fears, you got a little fella attacking the paint. Instead, they just go, fuck it. Ace Bailey, don't be weird and be a star. And he's like, fuck, I'll give it a crack. The ballsiness of doing that, kind of love it. Number 6, Washington Trey Johnson. Perfect, just like fucking steps right in for Jordan Poole. They also, however, did draft Bub Carrington, traded for CJ McCollum in the Poole trade. They've got Marcus Smart. They've got Malcolm Brogdon. Thing is, he can shoot the piss out of it. I'm giving that like a B+ anyway because, look, they're going to be stoked that he fell because I think he's got as much upside as any of the other dudes outside of Harper and fucking Cooper Flagg. So love that for Washington. Again, the fit, it doesn't really matter. As long as he's good, you're laughing. 7, Jeremiah Fears goes to the Pelicans and he wasn't very stoked about it, was he? Oh boy. I'm going to talk about this in winners and losers. I'm going to give this a C+. I think he's He's really young. So the shooting will probably come along. His attacking of the paint, the zero fears, awesome. Love that vibe about him. He's like, I'm a star. It's like, yeah, cool. So you're going to be playing next to like Zion Williamson, a battery of wings, and Derek Queen, who we took at 13. So you better learn how to fucking shoot. Because if he doesn't, yeah, it's going to be a disaster. But C+ for me. Thing is, look, I think at that point, New Orleans are just going to be in love with Fears. I kind of like it. I just don't know if he fits on their roster. And I just, before I said, fuck fit, but fit sometimes does matter when you've got zero shooting on your team. Apart from Trey Murphy. And that worries me. But I still think he can be good if he can shoot. Number 8, the big reach. Brooklyn take Igor. Hello, Damien. Is Igor. This one gets a fucking D+. D. We'll give this just a straight D. Talk about a reach. The guy from BYU. Russian, yes. Bit of size on him. Not bad. Can't shoot for the minute. So we'll see what happens there. But also, it was all like, I made this joke, I think, on yesterday's show about how Yakun Tunis and Igor felt destined to be Brooklyn. And on the live stream today, they took Dinan Musa and Rodion Kurics, I think in 2017 or some shit. It felt just like that again today when they took Traore later. Yeah, it's a reach. And Brooklyn are fucking high-five. We got our guy. It's like, do ya? Do ya? I'll talk about them again later. But yes, that's a D. Toronto, Colin Murray-Boyles, a.k.a. Calamari. Colin Murray? Calamari. Love his defense. Probably should have taken Maliwatch. Because undersized non-shooter, just not vibing. Give me a C there because I think his defense will be really, really good. But outside of that, a bit worried. Number 10, Phoenix Go, K-Man Maliwatch. Boom. Give me an A for there. They needed size. They got it. He's still going to be raw as fuck. But that Duke pedigree doesn't have to do everything straight away when they've got Mark Williams there now. You've got Nick Richards. You can bring him along at his own pace. The talent's there. I'm going to give him an A. 11, Memphis trade up from 16 with Portland. They take Cedric Coward. Love that. I'll give him a B+ because the trade up and the sort of giving up another asset to move up 5 spots when he might have already made it to them at 16. But they love him. That's fine. I think he, as a solid fucking veteran 3-and-D dude, that's what Memphis will love. He'll be awesome there. Long, lengthy, hard-nosed, B+. Love that. Chicago take Noah Essengay at 12. Oh boy. He'll love running out there with Josh Giddey and copping passes left, right, and center. I'm still going to give this only a C+ because he could also just be Patch Williams 2.0, where you fall in love with the athletic ideal of him, but then realize that he doesn't know how to play basketball. Right? Patch Williams 2.0. Do not like that. 13, New Orleans trade up from 23 with Atlanta and give up an unprotected pick in the next year's draft. What the fuck are you doing, Pelicans? And they take Derek Queen. So to move up 10 spots in a draft and give up an unprotected first to take a backup center. Just so we're clear, Joe Dumas is back, baby. Oh, yeah. Love that. 14, San Antonio. Oh, I give the Derek Queen pick. Look, Derek Queen as an ideal spot next to Zion, helping out Yves Missy, it's fine. I'm going to give that a C. But the move itself, F. Absolute fucking F. 14, San Antonio. They take Carter Bryant. Love this. Yakutunis was there. And I felt like San Antonio were going to take him, and they didn't, which is a bit of a worry. Carter Bryant, though, look, you're just putting more and more crazy athletes around Wemby and co. I fucking don't mind that at all. As I said, Bruce Bowen, incoming 2.0. 15, Thomas Sorba for OKC, the big Georgetown man. That's a B because, as I sort of said on the live stream, that's looking 2 years from now where you go, oh, Isaiah Hartenstein's got a team option and we're going to be hard up against the fucking, repeat attacks and all this sort of shit. Maybe we're bringing in our rookie big man at that point. 16, Portland with the Memphis pick. Take Yang Hansen. What the fuck if? You've already got 4 fucking centers on your roster, Portland. Why are you going to go get a Chinese center? Oh, but he's Chinese Jokic, Jim. Is he? Then Rocco Zikarsky is Aussie Jokic. What are we doing here? F. 17, Minnesota. They take Yoan Bettinger. Bettinger. I.e., they're doubling down on French centers. I love this pick, A. Could you just go and get Rudy Gobert's apprentice? That's fucking amazing. They can speak French to each other. They can block shots together. It'd be great. 18, Utah. As part of a Washington trade, they trade up. Washington trade back. And Utah take Walter Clayton Jr. I'm going to give this one a C-. I feel like you've already got a few ball handlers there in Utah, but it doesn't really seem like you've got a lead guard. You trade up. I don't know if Walter Clayton Jr. is that dude. Sure, senior, solid head on him. I don't know, though. I feel like you should just be like going, cool. We've got Jordan Jeremy Clarkson, Colin Sexman the Sexton, and of course, Keontae George and Isaiah Collier. Walter, I don't know if you really needed that one. It was weird. I'm going to give that a C-. Brooklyn at 19 take Traore, the French point guard, D-. Horrible, fucking hated this pick. Cool, you took another point guard. This one's smaller and he can't shoot at all. Just take Kasparis Yakinchunas, who went next at 20 to Miami. So Traore, the Brooklyn pick, gets a D- because, look, that is a fucking galaxy brain move if you ever saw one. Like, he was a really highly touted prospect going into this year, but nah. Miami at 20 take Kasparis Yakinchunas from Illinois. A. Love this. Great spot for him as well. You've got Jovic. You've got Hero. You've got Rose. You've got Davion Mitchell. He doesn't have to handle the ball all the time. He can come along as quickly or as slowly as he wants. He's got plenty of fucking size. He has a much better shot profile than fucking Traore. Brooklyn, fuck this. 21, Washington from Utah. They take Will Riley. Not bad. Not bad. Washington just get another perimeter dude. He's a bit skinny, but he's still pretty solid. I'm going to give that at least a B-. Because I kind of preferred Drake Powell, who Brooklyn took 22. Much better move for Brooklyn. Drake Powell, athlete, B+. You sort of hope that he learns to shoot a bit better, handle a little bit more, but he becomes like a bit of a Mikal Bridges kind of clone. But there you go. Drake Powell, don't mind that from UNC. 23, Atlanta from the New Orleans Pelicans in that trade back. They take Asa Newell. They needed some size as well. Even after the Zinger trade, I had them at 13 trying to get some size. They still get it at 23. Love that for them. That's a B+ for me for Asa Newell. 24, Sacramento trade into the draft from OKC. They take Nick Clifford. This gets a B+ mostly because of his color scheme of his jacket, which was Sacramento purple. It's like, I think he knew something here. What's going on? Still don't know what Sacramento gave up to go in, but here we are. 25, Orlando. They take the son of a former Orlando Magic, Jason Richardson. Jace Richardson, B-. They needed more shooting, and they got it. Pretty cool. It's an interesting mix, right? So Jace Richardson versus Jason Richardson, who only played for Orlando in that couple of years in the early 10s. Jace Richardson can shoot the piss out of it. He is a bit fucking small though, right? So Orlando needed more shooting. They got some with Bane. They got some with Jace Richardson. They are both very small though. Small. So I'm going to give that still a B-, and just a bit small. 26, Brooklyn take Benny Sarif. F. He is another fucking ball handler who's actually got a bit of size about him. I just don't think he's that good. And he can't shoot. You should have gone McNeely here, Brooklyn. What are you fucking doing? Brooklyn then take Danny Wolf at 27. Love that. B+ for me. He had a big old cry just before that. It was crazy. But he just gives them, like, I would have absolutely have fucking loved if Brooklyn got Yakintunis in 19 and then had Danny Wolf at 27. Just imagine the ball movement between all those dudes. I kind of love it. Danny Wolf, solid big man. Can move the ball, create a little bit. Kind of dig this pick at 27. Give me a B+ there for Brooklyn. We'll talk about them a lot later. 28, Houston. Get Hugo Gonzalez. Sure. They reckon they're going to bring him over. They've kept their eye on him for a bit. I didn't really see too much Hugo Gonzalez vibes where I'm like, that's the dude. So, yeah, it's going to be a C from me. It's kind of like maybe beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Same with Benny Sarah for Brooklyn, but they also just had so many chances just to do something different. Hugo, yeah, C. Then Charlotte at 29. This is where McNeely goes. Ooh, boy. Love this. This is an A for pick 29 for me. Liam McNeely can shoot the hell out of it. Remember, UConn just didn't have a point guard last year. So, yeah. Give him LaMelo Ball, Brandon Spindles-Miller, Con Knueppels on the other side. At 29, love just shooting. That's awesome. It's a great skill. And number 30, the Clippers take Niederhauser. Hello. I'm going to give this one a D+. I think there were better bigs still left. I mean, if you like Niederhauser, if you like him, sure. I just don't know if I was like on the Niederhauser train that much. So it's fine though. They needed a big, they got one. So it's probably maybe more of a C than a D+, but here we are. There you go. All right. That was the top 30. Obviously, the big surprises were the New Orleans trading up from 23 to 13 and giving up a fucking unprotected first in next year's draft, which is either Milwaukee's or New Orleans. The most favorable of those two. Who knows what the fuck is... New Orleans just lived the season from hell. Who knows if it's not going to happen again, right? And Milwaukee, they're missing Dame next year. If Giannis goes down for any amount of time, this could be a disaster. Like, what are they doing? That was a horror show. So, great job there by Joe Dumas. But with all that in mind, let's do some draft winners and losers right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're
Australia.
listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
All right, let's do some winners and losers.
Oh my God. I won! Recapping our day's top story, the winner of today's state lottery is me, Kent Brockman. Can we get a shot of me?
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, the winners from today's NBA draft. Who could it be there, Jim? Who could it be now? Dallas, because they got Cooper Flag. It's pretty obvious. Tell you what, yeah. They got the number one pick. They got the best player in the draft. He's awesome. Let's just see how good he is. I can't wait to see him in the NBA. I'm stoked on this. The same thing goes to San Antonio. Big winners because not only do you get Dylan Bryce Harper, like, what is it, Carter Bryant? So he's named after Vince Carter and Kobe Bryant somehow. That gives them so much more wing size and depth around Wemby that it just boggles the mind, right? I love that for San Antonio. Good job by them. Charlotte, a big winners for me because they get two white guys in North Carolina who can shoot the piss out of it with pick 49 and 29, 4 and 29. I don't mind this at all. I really, really like this for Charlotte for the simple fact you've got LaMelo creating, you've got Brandon Spindles-Miller. You add a couple of dudes who can just shoot the fucking ball good and you're laughing. And that's what they did. Con Knueppels and Liam McFeely. Like, just a couple of dudes who are additive. It's very, very good sort of direction that Charlotte are going to go in. The thing is, their center might be Nurkic. So, anyway. And this is the thing. When I talk about Brooklyn later on, you can see the team building going on here with Charlotte, and I kind of like it. You know, it just sort of seems to make sense. Brooklyn is just a shit show. Minnesota, as I mentioned, I love them getting Rudy's apprentice. That's right. Give him a little apprentice. Just fucking send him down to the hardware store for a left-handed hammer. I love that. 17-year-old, at number 17, you get the fucking super young French kid. Love that. They can block shots, eat croissants, and talk French to each other. It's going to be great. Phoenix, they're winners for the simple fact they needed size and they got it. Maliwatch falling to them is pretty cool. Who knows if he ever sort of like, you know, grows into a proper NBA player. But I really like his potential. Like that upside is pretty crazy. And you don't have to throw him to the Wolves straight away because you got Mark Williams in the trade. It's kind of fine. So good job by Phoenix. Miami, as per usual, it's an NBA draft and Miami walk out smelling like roses. Get Yakinchunas at 20. That's a bit of a coup. He, Jovic, and Hero feel a bit of the old great white hype vibes down there in Miami. But I think anything that has Miami moving the ball more is really, really important. I think that sort of player just sort of gets shit moving in the right direction. And I think that just makes a little bit of sense. Kind of here for it. And the other one is Atlanta. But geez, Jim, they sort of traded back. Yeah, they traded back 10 spots and got an unprotected first rounder in next year's loaded draft. Which is a two-prong first, like unprotected first rounder, where it could be the better one of the Pelicans or the Bucks. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen to either of those teams next year? I love this for the Hawks. So not only do they pull off the Zinger trade the other day, the pick that they get at 23, that they use at 23, they use that on Ace and Newell from Georgia. Just another big, burly, kind of big dude getting rebounds and shit. And when you got the Zinger on Onyeka Okongwu, Clint Capella, Ace and like that's perfectly fine. You can piss Capella off if you need to, whatever. Just dig it. Good job by Atlanta. Like, scarily good job. And, I mean, I'll tell you what, where the fuck were the other GMs in this draft just jumping on the phone to Joe Dumas trying to fucking fleece him again? Jesus. All right, so those are the winners, the really sort of standout winners to me. And there's a couple of other ones that I kind of like. And this is still kind of almost termed undecided until tomorrow as well, because these teams do have a couple of second rounders, I think, still to go. Because I think if you look at... So in the second round, we go... these three teams all have picks, I think, within the first 10 picks of the second round. So there's still a bit of talent out there. I want to see what they do. But those teams are the Washington Wizards. As I mentioned earlier, I really like Trey Johnson. I think he can shoot the piss out of it. And as I said, fit can get fucked sometimes. If he's good, he's just good. The fit versus of Trey Johnson in Washington versus the fit of Dylan Harper in San Antonio as the number 2 pick, it's a little bit more complicated because you do have, as I said, Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, CJ McCollum, Bob Carrington, and now Trey Johnson. But you traded away Jordan Poole. You get CJ McCollum back, who will probably have a little bit of trade value here or there. But you replace Poole straight away with a young shooter who just looks fucking pretty bloody good. You got vets who can come off the bench, whatever. I still kind of think, though, with that Willie Riley pick, they might have been better served to get a big to play next to Sarr. It's like the one thing they're kind of lacking is like just the big dude. So a little bit undecided, but there are a couple of big dudes in the second round that they could easily snag. I think they're picking at 40. There you go, 40. And I think they got that other one from Utah to move up, which is 43. So they got like a couple of bites of the cherry again tomorrow. Utah is another one. Winners, because I love the swinging for the fences for Ace Bailey. Love that. And then I didn't quite love the Walter Clayton Jr. move as much. So there's a bit going on. And at the same time, you're kind of like, I love that one. This one felt a bit conservative. I don't know. Ooh. Trading up to get that dude, just a bit weird. It'd be fine. But again, fit can get fucked. But when you're picking, like, what was that, 18? It just sort of seemed like a little bit of a, do we really need that guy if you're the As? And then obviously Philly, undecided until tomorrow. I think Philly have got the 35th pick. I think the VJ Edgecombe pick is fine. So I think they're kind of winners. But they kind of feel like losers as well, because it does sort of feel like Ace Bailey just fucking faked him out. Gave him the old 1-2 skidoo. Gave him the hezzy hay. But there are a couple of names in the second round that I feel like could really, really help Philly this year. Like they could definitely use some size as well. Some other help on the wings. They could really use an Alex Toohey. Just saying. There you go. There's some good ones there. How about some losers though? Oh, geez.
We're not losers! No, you two are winners. Big winners. When I grow up, I want to marry a big winner like you guys.
Shut up.
Shut up!
Losers.
Loser. Losers.
Losers. Some losers. Danny Wolf's brother. I said on the live stream, like, if you're an ugly crier, I kind of think you need to know if you're an ugly crier. And that was one of the worst ones you'll see. Because it's like, it's good to get upset. It's fine to show your emotion. Like, don't give a fuck about that at all. I think it's very, very healthy and very, very good to get it all out. That was a lot. And he's not a loser in like, oh, dude, what a loser for fucking having feelings. No. He's a loser from how much shit he's going to get for being a bad crier. Like an ugly crier. That was just like fucking camera in your face. Just gross, like tears everywhere. It's fine to cry. It's fine. But you got to know if you're an ugly crier. And if you are, you got to pull off a couple of moves. You can do the head in the hands, head in the crook of the arm, tissues the entire time, just like trying to control it. Fine, it's all good. Cry, please. But just know if you're an ugly crier, because your mates are never going to let you live that down. Jeremiah Fears, he felt like a little bit of a loser for the simple fact that that dude did not look stoked to go to New Orleans. You know, to a degree where Ace Bailey, when it was like Utah, he was kind of like, fucking cool, all right. Fears maybe not so much when it came to the Pelicans, just saying. Toronto kind of loses as well because they needed size and shooting and kind of got neither with Colin Murray Boyles, a.k.a. Calamari Boyle. They were actually, to go back to Ace Bailey, Ace Bailey, that is going to be the fucking go-to all next year. Don't worry about that. Anyway, Calamari Boyle, Colin Murray Boyles. I got a yeah-no about this in a second from Danny D, but geez, I just didn't like the fit in Toronto. Because when they've got Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Teenage Mutant Jakob Poeltl, Emmanuel Quickly, Grady Dick, there's just, I don't know about that fit. Again, fit can get fucked, but look, if you need shooting and size, and this guy's kind of got neither. Yeesh. Chicago! At number 12, they take Noah Essengay, but sure. I just really worry about his ability of being Patch Williams 2.0. Like, he is super young, don't get me wrong, and there's like these awesome flashes where you go, shit. And giving Josh Giddey an athlete like that in transition, holy shit. Like, that's Rari vibes. Love that. But the last fucking thing Chicago needs, after fucking years upon years upon years upon years of drafting these projects that never seem to work out, is another one. Oh, it was brutal. Portland. That was amazing. Trading back from 11 to 16 to pick Chinese Jokic is awesome. Seriously amazing. Next tier level. What the fuck is going on? Yang Hansen. The dude's not even on the floor. He's up in the fucking stands going, holy shit, I got drafted in the first round. You're beauty. That is amazing. They got 5 centers on the roster. You got DeAndre Ayton. You've got fucking Donovan Clingan. You've already got Robert Time Lord Williams. You've got our man Do-Up, Bub, Do-Up Reith. And now you've got Yang Hansen. Oh my God. What the fuck is going on there, Portland? What are you doing? Blazers, get a hold of yourselves. Jesus. Too many voodoo donuts and weed. Anyway, the New Orleans Pelicans are also losers because the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world in his return bout of being shit at his job, it is Joe Dumas! Joe Dumas is back, baby. Oh, you can't keep a good man who's shit at his job down. Absolutely incredible. First draft back, he throws his schlong on the table and goes, hey, you thought these guys were shit? Joe's back, baby. You want an unprotected first just so I can move up 10 spots? You fucking got it. Does he know that you can protect picks 1 to 4? What are you doing? Building around Zion with Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen is certainly something, right? When you've got Trey Murphy, cool. Herb Jones, sure. Jordan Hawkins, okay. I question the simple, geometry of the court with Fears, who can't shoot it just yet, Derek Queen, and Zion. Are you building around Zion or not? What the fuck is going on here? That's my only fear with Zero Fears. He's got 0 fears, but my fear is that his shooting is fearful. So, yeah. Bit of a worry about the Pelicans. And then finally, Brooklyn. What the hell was that?
What was that? What the hell was that?
5 picks, and somehow I like maybe 2 of them. What a fucking mess of a draft. This was Brooklyn's first top 10 pick because of all the fuck-arounds, all the dumb shit they've done in the last 10, 15 years. This is their first top 10 pick since Derek Favors, who they then sent out in the Darren Williams trade. And Sean Marks, this is a hallmark of Sean Marks. It's we're going to go with our own board. We don't care what other people think. It's you're not the Spurs, Sean. I know that you came from there, but your track record kind of tells me that you're not the Spurs. Just think about all, people are oh, no. Sean Marks' draft record speaks for itself. Does it? Because at the moment, I'm pretty sure it's Cam Thomas who's still on the team that he drafted. And Nick Claxton in the second round, pick 31 back in 2019. That is kind of it. He got Jared Allen at 22 back in 2017. Sadiq Bey got traded to Detroit. Nicky Alexander-Walker got traded to Atlanta or the Pelicans in that draft that he was in. He took Noah Clowney, 21 last. It's a shit show. There's only, they took Kuzma, but that was part of the Lakers trade for D'Lo. The only player to really hit out of the draft thing has been Jared Allen that he drafted. Nick Claxton seems fine. But, wow. Cam Thomas, great. You took him at 27. He dropped, and you took him there. The rest of this fucking draft board is horrible. And then they take these 5 picks, and it seems they've completely galaxy brained themselves into taking 3 ball handlers who can't shoot. And and then a big dude who can handle the ball and shoot a little bit, and then a 3-and-D wing. So those last two picks are the ones that I like, which is Powell and Wolf. And the other three, it sort of seems like he took the wrong international dude at the exact wrong time, right? So Igor might be fine, but he might also still be there at 19, and you've also got 5 fucking picks, Sean. So if you're afraid that he's going to get picked and you like him, you can trade back up from 19. To pass on Yakinchunas twice in favor of a fast little point guard from France who can't fucking shoot is just abysmal. And I think the biggest thing is, I talked about this with Charlotte, it just sort of feels like shit team building, right? It's like, oh, let's get a bunch of dudes whose skills are kind of redundant. Because we've got a bunch of dudes who can handle the ball, but none of them who can fucking shoot it. Oh, but we've got Cam Johnson. Okay, cool. Is Cam Johnson kicking it back out to like Igor? Maybe. Igor's got a bit of size to him. I like it. Igor might hit. I also feel like you could trade back, get more shit, and Igor's still there. You know what I'm saying? Portland moved to fucking 16 so they could take a fucking Chinese Jokic. What are you doing? You can't tell me they wouldn't move like to 8 or move backwards, or Memphis wouldn't have jumped up. Who fucking knows? Like, Powell and Wolf are good. The Sarif one is an absolute horror show, I reckon. We could have just taken McNeely, where then suddenly those picks in the 20s become incredible, where you go Powell, McNeely, and Wolf. I'd be all on board with that with Brooklyn. Suddenly you'd have Cam Thomas, Igor, Cam Johnson. Maybe if you took Yakinchunas at 19 instead of fucking Traore, you'd have McNeely as well in the 20s instead of fucking Sarif, Claxton and Wolf. Suddenly you've got a team. That looks a little bit nicer and makes a little bit more fucking sense. This is throwing shit against the wall and hoping that it sticks without much of a plan behind. It's fucking horrible. And yeah, Brooklyn are going to be shit house. So anyway, there you go. All right, those are winners and losers. Hey, second round preview. Jim, where are the Aussies going to go? Aussie time, that's right. So as we mentioned on yesterday's show, we thought the Aussies would all be second rounders, and they will be. So with Alex Toohey still there, with Rocco Zikarsky still there, with Tyrese Proctor still there, with Lachlan Olbrich still there, where can they land? Well, second round, we start off with Minnesota, Boston, 2 Charlotte picks, the Sixers, Brooklyn again, Detroit, the Spurs, which got traded to the Pacers. Then you've got Toronto and Washington. Golden State get their first pick of the draft at 41. Sacramento's at 42. Utah, which is now with Washington, I believe, at 43. OKC at 44. Chicago at 45. Orlando at 46. Bucks 47. Grizz 48. Interesting. Cleveland 49. That 48 from the Grizz, that might have been part of the trade up, actually, to go get Cedric Coward. So that's probably a Portland pick there. Cleveland at 49. Knicks, their first pick of the draft at 50. Clippers at 51. Suns at 52. Keep an eye on that one. Jazz 53. Pacers 54. Lakers 55. Grizzlies 56. Magic again at 57. Cleveland at 58. And the Rockets 59. So I would like to see Alex Toohey get a shot. I think it'd be fucking fascinating to see him on the Sixers. They don't have any other sort of ball-handling wings, right? It's kind of weird. It'd be pretty fun there. That's 35. Detroit was the other one that I kind of like there. Talk about another kind of, ball-handling wing. 37, very, very nice. Tyrese Proctor, as I mentioned, Charlotte would be perfect. Just down the road from Duke, 33 and 34. Let's get him there. Get a point guard in to help out and distribute. Go full Duke and get Knueppels and Tyrese Proctor. Love that. If he doesn't go there, I'll tell you what, Detroit could use another bigger point guard. Pretty good. Toronto could definitely use that at 39. So Tyrese Proctor, let's go. Rocco's Modern Life. Could he go 31? The first cab off the rank for Minnesota. Maybe. It sort of depends on what you think about the other big centers, right? Because you've got Maxime Renault. You've got Kalkbrenner from Creighton. You got Rocco there as well, of course. There's the blue from Eric Dixon from Villanova. You got some other names there. But I think there's a bit of a Minnesota connection with Rocco. Who knows? Otherwise, though, if he just sort of slips and slips and slips, who could they use? I reckon Pacers could use another big dude at 38. Don't know if they'll get that. Toronto could definitely use him at 39 as well. Talk about getting some size. Warriors definitely could as well at 41. The Bucks at 47. Hello. The other, what have we got? Lachie Olbrich after that. I reckon the Bulls at 45 would be awesome for Lachie Olbrich. Maybe Cleveland at 49. A couple of good spots there. So we'll see what happens with the Aussies. All right, some very, 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 very brief yeah-nahs because I'm still talking. I'm about to lose my voice. And I'm going to do this all again tomorrow. Danny D had the one. Yeah, the Raptors are the biggest losers of the draft. They needed another big and shooters to space the floor. They decide on Agbaji 2.0, a 6'6" defensive wing who can't shoot. Maliwat should fall into them as well because Brooklyn went Galaxy Brain. Yeah, I hated it. Oh, didn't like the calamari Boyle fit for the Raptors, obviously. But the thing is, look, they have these couple of, one pick in the second round. What they do at 39 could be pretty interesting. But yeah, I did not like that pick at all. Did Brooklyn Galaxy Brain themselves? Yeah, yes, 100%. Just an absolute horror show. Seriously, the Traore and then the fucking Benny Sarif one, what are you doing? Both those picks are just like, oosh, yeesh. Like Traore, if he works out, if he figures out how to fucking shoot, laughing. Outside of that, oosh. Especially with Yuck and Tunis right there. What was the other one I was going to ask? I had a big other year. No, I can't remember. It was probably... No, don't know. About someone getting fired. Joe Dumas, look, just... Is that just one of the biggest, stupidest fucking trades you've ever seen in a draft? Yeah, yes. To give up an unprotected first for next year is just absurd. All right, the unpopular opinion of the day.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
How's our draft coverage gotten worse? Look, I know that producers and shit work so fucking hard on these things. And like the timing and everything of Jay Billis is making his point. Now they cut to the commissioner to come out and like they're all like, communicating this. But the real simple stuff is like where we go to for today's Outback Takehouse. It's Thursday at Outback, and you know what that means? Oh yeah, 2 for 1 blooming onions. No prick in Australia knows what the fuck these things are. What is it, some sort of deep fried onion made to look like a flower? You yanks are off your fucking head. No wonder you're all fat asses. Today's Flame Grill take is, to repeat yesterday's call, we need to fix the NBA draft. If you can't answer the very simple fucking question of your draft show, hey, which team will this player be playing for? In an instant, you've fucked your product. We need to fix it, and we need to fix it fast. This is fucked for the casual fan. A casual fan can't launch into this NBA draft and go, I know what's happening. They're sitting there going, so where's that going? That's being traded? None of this makes fucking sense. Sort your shit out. This is embarrassing. Only at Outback. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Jim. All right. And we might leave it there for today. That was a lot of stuff to cover, wasn't it? If you sort of think about the second rounders tomorrow, we will do the live stream again tomorrow for the second round. I might be a little bit late because we're going to get to the physio for the Achilles a little bit. So we might be, I don't know, just behind the 8 ball as it kicks off, but we'll catch up. Hopefully Rocco just goes 31 and we're laughing. Minnesota will be all over it. But the second round, there's some pretty interesting names still there, so it'll be really cool to follow along and like watch where the Aussies go. So we'll do all that, and then we'll do a big winners and losers, but like a team-by-team grade of the entire draft, I think, on tomorrow's show. So should be fun. Should be good. So tune in then. It'll be great. Otherwise, that's it for today. Remember, you can support the show by buying us a beer, shouting us a coffee, all that good stuff. Smash the link on our bio. You can sign up for the membership tier as well, or you can just shout us a beer and buy us a coffee, whatever you want to do. But the membership tier, if you sign up, you get a unique exclusive podcast each month as well, sent directly to you. That's just only for you guys. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to go through and rank all the last 25 finals and stuff like that. We'll do some draft highlights and shit as well. It's going to be great. We're going to tape that one next week. Other otherwise, all the good stuff. Let's do it. Smash us on the socials. Lots of fun shit. We'll do another live stream again tomorrow morning. So follow along on Twitter, Facey, YouTube for the live stream. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok as well, of course. Get all over them. We're all on the socials. You know that. Rate, review, and star the show. All that sort of shit on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, whatever app you're using your Android phone. It does help out. So please get around it. What is it? Smash the rating, review, star, all that sort of stuff. Send through any more nahs for tomorrow's show as well, and I'll get right into them. I mean, the second round, it'll be interesting for the Aussies. Outside of that, who knows? So send through the nahs. Big thanks go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song. They rule. I'm losing my voice. So do House Hats, Joshua De Laurentiis, Fascinated Goldmines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Section I, Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear, so smash them all on Bandcamp, Apple Music, Spotify. Support Australian bands. That's what we do. So should you. All right, that's it. We're going to get out of here. Get this one up so you can actually listen to it before the start of the second round tomorrow. So we'll catch you for another live stream tomorrow morning. I've spoken for 4.5 hours today non-stop. It's a bit fucked. We'll catch you tomorrow morning for even more. This is NBA Australia saying, look after yourselves, would ya? And later, ho, son! G'day legends, your mate Jim from NBA Straya here. That's right, I'm doing a thing at the end of the show. In the business we call it a thing at the end of the show, I guess. I don't know. Either way, all I'm just saying is just make sure you're rating, reviewing, starring, subscribing across all of the apps that you use for NBA Australia. Jump in the comments, give us a shout. We'll bang you in nahs. Any other questions, I'll have a crack. I've got nothing better to do, basically. Also, just ask any questions, tell me what you want to hear from the show, and sing out and let us know. And of course, if you want to help support the show, jump on the old dabble, use that code NBA Australia, click on the link that's in the show description or on the socials. It goes up whenever I do the morning vibes, etc. So if that's your thing, jump on there, use that code NBA Australia, and remember, look after yourselves, would you?